Hey everyone, welcome back to Documenting and Exposing West Shore RCMP. This is part 12. So if you've been following the series, you'll know that on July 25th, 2018, I was falsely arrested by the West Shore RCMP watch commander, Arun Kundu-Thomsen. And upon falsely arresting me, he then arbitrarily seized all of my cameras, there was 4 of them, and my cell phone as well. He then wrote false and misleading statements and wrote up criminal charges for me. I was released on a promise to appear with a court date for obstructing police and mischief. And in October 2018, I made my first appearance in criminal court. Also on that day, I gave the Crown prosecutors a letter requesting the disclosure of my videos and the return of my property. That letter went unresponded to. So, in December 2018, I sent the prosecutor, Nicholas Barber, 2 more letters requesting the disclosure of my video and the return of my property. Only the first of those 2 letters was actually responded to, unfortunately. And in that response, Crown Prosecutor Nicholas Barber told me that the police don't have a warrant to search my devices, but if they choose to get one, then I'll get a copy of those videos. And that was back in December 2018. And didn't hear back from him, so there was something that came via a courier in March, and it didn't have anything that I specifically requested about my videos or property. And after that, never heard from him at all. So in June 2019, I sent him another letter reminding him about the previous 3 letters and how he hasn't responded to them, and I still don't have my evidence, and how that there's going to be a criminal trial in about 2.5 months. And since writing that 4th letter requesting the disclosure of my videos and the return of my property, in the following month, in July 2019, I went to file all my subpoenas for my criminal trial. Shortly after that, there was a court date set for August 15th, 2019 by the prosecutor, Nicholas Barber. And so here we are, it's August 15th, 2019, and I'm now going to court, and I still don't have any of the videos. I still don't have any of it. We've had this criminal trial scheduled for September 11th, 2019 since December 2018. I've been waiting 8 months, and I've sent Nicholas Barber 4 letters requesting my videos with just the one response, which was a non-response. So this court appearance is what's called a application hearing, and so Nicholas Barber has made an application to the court. He wants to ask the judge permission to do something, and I have no idea what that is, so I have no idea what I'm really walking into. So here is the transcript, and here is a text-to-speech, is the voice for the prosecutor and the judge. As I said back in part 11, you can't record your own proceeding in Canada in court, and they don't give you the video and they don't give you the audio. If you ever want to expose the justice system in Canada, you have to pay for a transcript, and you can then make it public that way. So how is Crown Prosecutor Nicholas Barber going to explain himself to the judge about my 4 letters and how he's ignored them all, and how I've been waiting 8 months and the trial is now less than a month away and I haven't received anything or even an actual legitimate response from him? Well, here it is.
Barber, first initial M, for the Crown, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sorry, who was it on the phone?
Nicholas Barber for the Crown.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Barber.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You're Dan?
Dan, yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And what is this on for today, Mr. Barber?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. This is a Crown application to adjourn the trial date, which is upcoming September 11th of 2019.
Okay.
There should be a notice of application to adjourn in the court file.
Oh, I see. Maybe we can just find that, Madam Clerk. Thank you. I'll have a look at that. And Mr. Barber, obviously, you're aware of this application, or sorry, Dan, so because you're here today, Have you seen a copy of the application?
No, actually, I've sent a letter to Mr. Barber in November 2018, December 2018, and June 2019, and Mr. Barber has failed to respond to any of my letters.
Okay, what are the letters about? Just seeking
Mainly
disclosure.
about disclosure.
I see. Okay. So, Mr. Barber, just maybe before we go further, are you aware of these communications from Dan?
Oh, yes, I'm very aware, Your Honor.
Okay, and have you responded, or do you intend to respond, or is there some reason you're not responding?
No, we've responded, Your Honor. We've attempted to have disclosure provided to Dan by registered mail.
Oh.
He's refused to sign for that.
Oh.
We've also had police attend to try and hand deliver that to him. And he's refused to answer the door.
That's completely untrue, Your Honor.
Okay, well, so here's the...
And Mr. Barber's gonna have to back that up.
Okay, Dan, no, he doesn't have to do anything of the sort.
Okay.
Let me just tell you that right now.
I'm just saying he's lying.
So here's the thing though, we don't stand here and accuse other people of lying in the courtroom, Dan. So here's the thing.
Got it.
You've heard from Mr. Barber that they've made attempts to provide you with some materials.
Not true.
So okay, do you want to just argue, or would you like to hear what I have to say? If you want the things that you've written for or requested, you're going to have to make arrangements with Mr. Barber to be someplace that you can receive them, either by picking them up in person or showing up at the RCMP detachment to pick them up. Mr. Barber says they've made attempts to deliver, knock on the door, send by registered mail which hasn't been signed for. I don't. Have you moved, Dan?
No, Your Honor.
No, you're still at the same address. What's that address?
It's been the same address since 2006, Your Honor.
Okay, what's the address?
Address.
Okay, all right. Okay, now Mr. Barber, he says he's at that address. So, Dan, I'm just letting you know, if you want to receive some materials you've got to make arrangements to be able to do that, all right. So Mr. Barber, on behalf of the Crown, is requesting to adjourn the trial. It says that there is a required witness for the Crown. Corporal Kundu-Thomsen has been transferred to Ontario, and they're going to apply for a video testimony. Oh, I see. Here's Mr. Barber. You've addressed this supplemental disclosure in this application.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Dan, you're unrepresented and apparently, they're refused to attend a pre-trial conference attempted for August 14th. Okay. Do you know about that?
No.
You don't know about the pre-trial conference?
No.
Okay, and you've subpoenaed 10 police witnesses. Some of them are unavailable.
There's 9, actually.
Okay, 9. Okay, and the subpoenas are an issue. Okay. Okay, and so there's a 1-day set for trial. Clearly, that's not going to be enough based on this amount of witnesses.
Your Honor?
Just one moment. Just while I finish reading this conference, okay? All right. Thank you, Mr. Barber. So I've read this. It seems to me, given the issues, that a pre-trial conference is necessary before the matter is actually set once again for trial. 1 day is not going to be enough. Clearly, even on the basis of the people that you've subpoenaed, or attempted to subpoena. So I'm going to allow the application to adjourn the trial, which is currently set for 1 day on September 11th. I'm going to order that a pre-trial conference be set, and, Dan, you can go and do that. Mr. Barber, you can check in with the JCM here, but I'm going to direct Dan directly to the JCM's office this morning. Please don't leave here without checking in with her and setting a pre-trial conference date where these matters can be discussed further, including time estimates for trial and subpoenas and such. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Dan, go ahead.
Just one more thing about what was attempted to be delivered.
I
have a phone number, and that's all also on the file, and I haven't received any voicemails or phone calls about any of these attempts.
Okay, well, you're hearing it now. There have been attempts and they, apparently, have been unsuccessful, but a pre-trial conference should be able to deal
or didn't happen
with that, and hopefully, at that time, you will be present in person and, perhaps, your disclosure materials can be delivered to you then. Okay, you've got to make yourself available, okay?
I guess that's fair.
Okay, good. Check in with the JCM.
Yeah.
Set a pre-trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Barber. I'll hang up now.
Uh-oh. So here we are on August 15th, 2019, more than a year after my arrest, charges, bail conditions, and the seizure of my property. Well, we have a lot to discuss here, don't we? So I'm not going to trial on the date I would have waited 9 months for. Now it's going to be longer? This is a summary offense. They only have 18 months to prosecute this. So I'm guessing it's going to be 18 months. Is Nicholas Barber going to prove me right in letter number 3 that I wrote to him from 2018 about the disclosure where I call him out for doing just that? So I have to wait longer now because they only set 1 day of trial, which was the prosecutor's 5 hours. They never scheduled anything for the defense, and because I subpoenaed witnesses, my trial is completely canceled. And now it's going to have to be moved back to they couldn't have just added a second day. They had to cancel it and move it back. Right. They couldn't just add a second day. Well, well, now it's getting pushed back. Gee, I wonder how far it's going to be pushed back. I wonder what date this will be. And Mr. Barber is well aware of all of my letters. And because he's aware of all of my letters, they sent me my disclosure that I requested in those 4 letters by registered mail. And I refused to sign for it. And the police came to my residence to hand deliver it to me. And that I refused to answer the door. And then the judge asked me my address. If this judge was really on the ball, the judge would have asked the prosecutor what address it was sent to, but this judge was not on the ball. And then the judge tore a strip off me because they sent my disclosure that I had requested in 4 letters via registered mail, and that I refused to sign for it, and that police came to my residence to hand deliver it to me, and that I refused to answer to the door. You really think a guy who's been eagerly anticipating and has been repeatedly asking for something wouldn't sign for it when it arrived and refused to come to the door for it? And then the judge says, if I want my disclosure material, I've got to make arrangements to do that. Holy gee. Is this the Twilight Zone? I've asked for it 4 times in writing. It's been 10 months since the first letter, and the prosecutor, Nicholas Barber, refused to give it to me. I don't make arrangements beyond that. I'm the accused, not a judge. You can't be serious. What a joke this judge is. And Arun Kundu-Thomsen has now been transferred to Ontario. That's approximately 5,000 kilometers away from where I live. And this is all amid alarm bells of staff shortages at the West Shore RCMP. In the media, even Mayor Stu Young says, we've got to support our RCMP so they can do their jobs. And this watch commander, Arun Kundu-Thomsen, with his credentials and he's Canada's top terrorism cop with a master's degree in terrorism and security studies. Also, according to his own credentials, when he's in charge, less police officers call in sick, and he says that's because he's so fair. The other watch commanders aren't. What a jerk. That's the guy they transfer in a staffing shortage crisis? Arun Kundu-Thomsen, a recent recipient of a medal for 25 years of irreproachable character, now transferred to Ontario in July 2019. So you remember, I filed a lawsuit in late January 2019. And I guess by the time July rolled around, and in the throes of a media-tooted staff shortage crisis, shortage alarm, staff shortage alarm, staff shortage alarm. So it only took the RCMP 5 months to transfer Canada's top terrorism cop, the best watch commander that ever lived, 5,000 kilometers away and out of the public eye. Did the RCMP put public safety at risk by pulling such a highly valuable asset to a desperately understaffed RCMP detachment? And now that Arun Kundu-Thomsen is gone, the watch commanders are going to be less fair than he was, according to his own credentials. And more officers will call in sick, according to his own credentials. So whose idea was this anyways? And who is this judge? This is crazy. Now, I was warned about a certain person that was a provincial court judge that is closely related to someone in, let's just call it, quote, provincial policing, unquote. No spoilers. Nothing I said sunk into this judge. You know, she just went with whatever Nicholas Barber was telling her. So I guess we're going to have a talk about this judge in the next video. And I'm going to clear some things up. And, you know, I have a new saying, always know your judge. And that's just all I'm going to say for now. And then once I got out of this court appearance on August 15th, 2019, I decided to place a call to the West Shore RCMP detachment and ask them what's going on with this disclosure. Interestingly, this won't turn out like you think, folks. It's very interesting what they pull on me here. And we're going to have a talk about that in the next video. So I'm going to get to the bottom of this whole disclosure game that Nicholas Barber is playing with me and our justice system. So just keep in mind, folks, what you're watching is completely legitimate in the eyes of the courts. These guys have such high powers of public trust. They can use our criminal courts and are able to pull a fast one on our justice system, to use it as a weapon to teach people a lesson. They're not in any sort of pursuit of justice, but this is all authorized by law. So a lot of unanswered questions here. So stay tuned for the next video. You're going to find out who this judge is, and you're going to find out, I believe anyways, why the judge was basically treating prosecutor Nicholas Barber as her best friend. And we're going to talk about this disclosure that apparently they've been trying to give to me, and I've been declining to take it, refusing to take it. We're going to find out about that coming soon in part 13. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.